Packers in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that. But he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's taken in, Dontavian Wilkes. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat when the defense is going at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
It's a gain of 5.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 18 carries, 52 yards.
As always, priority number 1 for them is to secure the win this week. But priority number 2, this guy right now, who is 6th in the league in rushing. They want to give him that push to get him into the top 5 and really earn their status of being one of the best ground games in the NFL, as well as him being one of the lead backs, too.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Well, able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played the dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we got to put in Davis.
First down. 1st and 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Here now, 2nd and 4. Counter play with Jacobs. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Love fires that quickly outside. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Packers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Jacobs again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Love will sneak it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jordan Love with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way. Prepares really well each and every time now. And he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run?
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. To throw, here's Willis. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they're going to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Off the play fake, Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
14 yards. That's another Packers first down.
Love looking to throw it. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
13 more yards. That's another.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Now a 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Love from the gun. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And they'll get him down short of first down, right on the 10-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be fourth down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Prater's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
13 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. Taken down at the 42. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Willis. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. First target, first catch, and a first down. The Panthers at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CDs.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Micah Parsons. And there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Willis looking to throw it. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for a Packers 1st down.
To throw now, here's Love. That's complete to Wicks. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now Lovell trying with his legs. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep, Hunter Renfrow. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Love, they go play action now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Throwing, Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Now Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Love now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Set to kick off.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he shifts past him. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Glove. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Here's Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Packers. First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
For the Packer field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
At their own 35-yard line.
Willis. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Last play of the half, Willis. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was is for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A beautiful fake. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Willis. Under pressure, they got him again. Lucas Van Ness in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Willis looks to pass it here. And he's going to go down again. Micah Parsons in there for the 7th time in this game alone. And that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
48-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 40-yard line. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Love will sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 38.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. He's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Packers.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. It was a Caleb Evans in on the stop. Now 2nd and 5. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
It's a gain of 11. That's another.
Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
They'll go again here with Hubbard. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Willis to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Shakes off the sack. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And he'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. First try for the right arm of Dalton here. And the pressure gets to him again. Devontae Wyatt drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Completed out left to Downs. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. It's about the 23. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Willis looking to throw it. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. To throw, here's Willis. He'll find McMillan here. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Now Willis to throw. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Willis. The open man here, Renfro. Will go down as a gain of 6. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. We'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Willis will look to throw it. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, here's Willis. That is caught. McMillan with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The shotgun snap to Willis. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A gain of 24 yards. That's good for a Panthers first down. 1st and goal.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Willis will try and throw for this. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football. That deficit stays right where it is. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Here's Love. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Tershawn Wharton breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 17.
Now Love. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So Dalton now. Packer pressure, and down he...
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. You is not a printer. Cooped up, toot up, make get they suit touch begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball. You can't jump with me. Ball and jump, man. Touch hands. We about to bump then. Better bang yours. Cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight. It take time. You seen a Super Bowl, the cheat code. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. That's the same time with me, it's game time. But with you, yeah, it's same time. Hey, keep playing around, get your head. Don't wanna live right, well, alright, leave you dead wrong. Hey, well, okay. I catch the dog, he getting the beats like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him belly fill his tank, run up to the next steak. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the public. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slide me something. Hungry for it, see an issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You don't believe me? Think for brown skin, real can see them. Got get it, go retrieve it, short, small. When that's from Cali, with the cheetah, print out white curve. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time.
You heard about a man, the lift controller, the lever king, I told you. Hop in and let the journey begin. Straight and shiny place, let you someone for all his face.